I know, right? I haven't done a normal video blog in a while. But you know, with the holidays and whatever, lots of people being around, I haven't really felt like I've had the space to do videos. But yeah, no, let's talk now. So it's just like what I was thinking just now, going, maybe I make a video about that. Is I'm having this problem with productivity at the moment, and you know, I guess at some point I might explain what my goals are for the year and how my life is looking for this year. But the general gist of it is I'm trying to be more creative. I have the time to be creative now, so I should really use it. And I'm just really struggling with productivity. And the frustrating thing is I still seem to have that general pattern of melancholic depression. So if you remember, melancholic depression is the biological one, and one of the signs that you might have it is that you feel worse in the morning. Now, I'm not depressed anymore, but I still am very slow in the mornings, and it takes me ages to wake up. And like earlier today, my brain just felt like it had this fog, like I couldn't think or concentrate or have any sense of the slightest motivation, really. Whereas now, I'm much more awake. Now that it's 10:49 p.m., I'm much more awake, and it's just like, it's too late for me to do things, you know? Because in a few more hours, Mikey, my disabled brother, will wake up and start making noise, and, you know, it's not good for me to be up late with the family situation that I have. I can't sleep until, like, where I actually need the sleep, so I need to try and get to bed earlier. And actually making this video right now is going to stop me from going to bed earlier like I should be, but hey, whatever, I felt like doing it, it's been a while. But yeah, no, so I am still having this problem of earlier in the day, I am non-functioning. Really, like, it's a real effort to do anything. I managed to take Hopi out later in the afternoon, but that was later in the afternoon. Just before dinner, really. And, no, the rest of my day, really slow. And some of this is to do with the way I structure my day, I think. So I wake up at about 9 or 10. Well, I get out of bed at about 9 or 10. You know, I've usually been awake and in and out of sleep for a few hours before that because everyone's up and noisy and like dogs woofing and whatever. But so I drag myself out of bed at about 9 or 10 in the morning, and then I will go and have some tea and some toast out in the other room, looking out at the garden. Generally try not to do anything digital in that time. But then I will come back to my room, get on the computer, check my Facebook messages, YouTube messages, all the social media, see if there's any messages. And then lately what's been happening after that is I will see what YouTube subscriptions have new stuff, but and then in that process of checking my subscriptions, I end up on the YouTube homepage, and it shows you all these recommended videos, and then I will get down into a little interest hole and keep clicking different things and watching way too much YouTube, and before I know it, like, it's lunchtime, I'm like, well, I better eat something, and while I'm eating, I might as well watch some YouTube, and then I end up staying there for ages, and I've just been YouTube binging way too much. And now, one of the ways that I justify this behavior is that I'm like, well, I have no energy. What am I going to do anyway? Like, I have this list of stuff that I want to be doing, and I end up doing none of it because I'm like, oh, I can't concentrate. I feel really slow, and yeah, it's really hard to motivate myself and push through that brain fog. Like, I had that brain fog earlier today, and it's like, now, late at night, that I'm awake. It's really frustrating, and I can't, like, I could be doing stuff now, being more productive, but, it's a bad time. I should be going to bed, and I really want to get on top of my sleeping patterns. It's just, yeah, I don't know, because if I'm up until 2 a.m., and honestly, at 2 a.m. I'm not really functioning anyway, because by then my body's like, hey, you should go to bed, and my brain's like, no, I can do this, and my body's like, no, you can't, and, yeah, my thinking, and I get headaches and stuff if I stay up too late anyway, so it's this weird illusion of like, yeah, you're more awake for maybe until midnight I would be functioning, but then after that I'm kidding myself. And the longer I leave it to actually go to bed, the harder it gets for me to go and brush my teeth and do my stretches and like do my whole night routine. Yeah, the later I leave it, the harder it is to do that, and then that stretches it out so that I go to bed even later, and then I get even less sleep because the family wakes up, and then I'm awake and going in and out of sleep, and it's not healthy. So, as much as I want to use the vibe I have now and be productive, it's not practical, I guess is what I'm saying. But so, I've been thinking like YouTube watching, right? Because I'm not able to be productive anyway, I mean, the inability to concentrate is the worst thing, I think, in terms of getting stuff done during the day. If I can't concentrate, well, good luck to me doing stuff. And so I use that to say, yeah, well, you might as well watch YouTube if you can't do anything anyway. But what I was thinking earlier today is like, with this YouTube stuff, like, I could have things a little bit backwards. I'm not saying that YouTube is causing me to feel blur, but I don't think it's helping. I think it might be exacerbating the problem. So, instead of me waking up earlier, like, I get stuck in screen hypnosis and I'm just watching the screen, and maybe that is mucking with my waking up process and just productivity. And like, here's the thing is, I feel like I need to just wean myself off YouTube for a bit, and then if I'm not doing YouTube, chances of me doing other things and being more productive and just like making myself do stuff go up, right? If I'm not doing YouTube, something has to fill that time. Maybe I just go and lie on the floor. I did that a bit today. I was like, I've got to not watch YouTube. So I went and lay on the floor, and, the dogs came over and were like, hello, what are you doing here? And we were having a big lying around on the carpet session. But something will have to fill that time, and, I'm going to get bored if I'm lying around on the carpet for a whole week. You know what I mean? So I'm thinking, yeah, I should just not watch YouTube, at least for a week. I mean, there are some things that I want to keep up with, different things going on, and, getting updates and stuff. Like that Kurzgesagt. In a nutshell, I don't know how to pronounce the actual name. In a nutshell, they only do videos like once a month or something, so I think that's okay. But I've been watching these other channels where they've got so much content to catch up on, and then just like watching the recommendations and whatever, and getting really into that. And then there's the whole Patreon thing that I've been following, and then that leads you into different places, and you're just like, oh, this stuff. It's really easy to get into that hole. So I think I just need to I want to not watch any YouTube for a week, and then after that, only watch like those one-off things. Can I do it? Do I have the self-discipline? I don't know, but what I'm going to do is unsubscribe from all the more political stuff, I think. I think it's sort of like when I was watching all the American comedians, the talk show comedians, so Stephen Colbert, Seth Meyers, Daily Show and Jim Jeffries, I think I'm going to watch on Facebook, because it's a bit weird with geo-blocking and stuff in Australia. Who else was I watching? Oh, Samantha Bee, Bill Maher. They're on holidays at the moment. I think I'm still subscribed to them, am I? I don't know. We'll go through that in a sec, but for a while, I think the two biggest problems with those American comedians are Stephen Colbert and Seth Meyers, because they have content almost every day during the week, and a lot of content. And when I was watching them, it was just like, it would take me ages to get through their videos, and it was just taking up so much of my time, and I was like, you guys are all telling basically the same jokes anyway, why am I watching this? And I think now I've got like sort of the opposite spectrum problem, where I've been watching, I'm not sure if they're all intellectual dark web, but like criticizing the more left perspective, because I gather those comedians tend to be more left-leaning. So now I've got the more like centrist right-leaning stuff that I've been watching, and their critiques of all this other stuff, and I've just been watching way too much of that stuff, and half of them say the same things anyway, and I've gotten to a point where not many people are saying things that I don't already know by now, in terms of their perspective, and so it's no longer really adding that much. It's more like keeping up with current events, I think. So I think I just need to unsubscribe from all of them now. Maybe, at least the ones that are posting a lot, or the ones that I go down those little rabbit holes. So yeah, let's go ahead and unsubscribe from some stuff. And I'll tell you what I'm unsubscribing from, in case you want to check them out, because some of them are actually interesting. So one I subscribed to today, actually, is PSA Sitch. And, like, I don't like that I'm unsubscribing straight away, but I have to, because he's got so much content I haven't watched, and he's really amusing in the way that he presents it. And if I don't unsubscribe, I'm going to watch too much of him. So let's unsubscribe from PSA Sitch, but he's funny. The way he edits his videos is really funny, so go and watch that if you're interested. Jordan Peterson. Yeah, he's got a lot of really long videos that I haven't been watching anyway, but I think I'm going to unsubscribe from that. What did I watch today from him? Interview with the Grievance Studies hoaxes, and that's like more than an hour long, and I really shouldn't be spending that much time on this stuff. I'm following him on Facebook. Sometimes he posts, like, articles and things that are interesting, but for the most part, I don't know. I think I've got the gist of what he's about, and, yeah, I don't know. Sometimes he comes across as a bit paranoid on a couple of topics, and then other things are a little bit difficult for me because, he seems to be right into gender roles, right? Like the more traditional, like masculine, feminine stuff, and that's fine. I'm all good with that. The problem for me listening to some of these people is like, I'm female, but I don't really follow the normal female kinds of stuff, and so when they're saying like, oh, this is what is healthy for like a normal female, sometimes it's hard for me to take that on board because I realize they're not really talking about me, they're talking about normal chicks. And yeah, sometimes that's a little bit difficult for me to separate myself from that, what they're talking about, because the statistics are pretty clear about what normal chicks are like. So that stuff doesn't really help me, and then most of his advice is better for like normal dudes, and I'm not a dude, so, you know, I haven't found a whole lot of his stuff helpful the way other people do, but I did score myself a free login to, his self-authoring thing, so I'll do that at some point, because I think that could genuinely be interesting. But yeah, I don't really have any desire to watch these really, really long videos, and I probably shouldn't. Actually, with Jordan Peterson, the problem videos for me are like all those people who cut clips, and then I end up watching clips and clips and clips and clips and clips of him saying stuff, but then because these people are all cutting the same clips and then giving them different names, I end up watching the same clips and being like, oh, I've already heard this one. But no, I'm going to unsubscribe from him anyway, because I don't need that distraction. Still following on Facebook. Okay, who's next? Sargon of Akkad I was just following to find out about the Patreon thing. Although, a couple of his recent videos that were interesting, the No Deal Apocalypse, his views on Brexit were interesting because I haven't been following that. So if what he says is true, that's going to be an interesting scenario if they do the No Deal. I think, assuming the things he's saying are true, because I haven't bothered to check into it, but if he's right, then yeah, it probably is good for Britain and the EU can get fucked. But, yeah, I don't know. The more I learn about the EU, the more I'm like, is that really how it's set up? Because it does sound a little bit crazy to me. I had always thought the EU was more of like a peacekeeping and, you know, let's all have the same currency kind of thing. But no, they make laws for all of Europe, and I'm just like, a lot of European countries are quite different. That doesn't really make sense. And then some of the laws they come up with sounded really crazy. But yeah, like I said, I haven't really looked into it that much, so I don't know. Some things about the EU seem okay, some things seem shit. Oh, and the other interesting thing was the Nazi word. Apparently some British chick who is a Remain in the EU person got upset about being called a Nazi, and now the cops are investigating whether or not a crime was committed by people calling her a Nazi. It just sounds absolutely insane. People worry about the Western world declining and like having all this censorship stuff. I'm glad to say that Australia generally hasn't gone that far. I'm not sure why. I mean, I haven't seen it in my own life. To be fair, I am a little bit of a hermit in my own little bubble because I don't go out very much. But no, I haven't seen that kind of crap in Australia. You think like some of the universities, you get a little bit of like the student groups are a little bit weird, but overall, not too bad, I don't think, yet. But yeah, so watching that video, I was like, wow, okay then. Anyway, so I was following him actually for the Patreon thing, but I will unsubscribe because too distracting. Did that? Yeah, okay. And then YouTuber Law was also doing stuff to do with Patreon, and yeah, I don't have a whole lot to say. It'll be interesting if he gets his lawsuit. Well, it's not a lawsuit. He's trying to get, I think, is it the FCC or whoever can investigate antitrust? He's trying to get them to investigate whether Patreon and PayPal have done something to, you know, stop other people from crowdfunding, blah, 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 blah. You can see some of his videos if you like, but I'm going to unsubscribe because I really shouldn't. And most of his stuff I'm not that interested in, to be honest. Ants Australia, because I've been doing the ant stuff, but when I look into their products, actually they're kind of expensive. They do have this cool tutorial on how to make an ant's nest, or a few different, like little ant farm type things. I don't know if I'm going to try that. I haven't decided what I'm going to do about my ants when they outgrow. Well, the queen will outgrow her little thing, but I'm not sure about the other dudes, because I don't know. I don't know if there are more ants coming. I don't know what's going on with that, but at some point I'm going to need to expand. So I looked into their products, and they're just too expensive. I don't know, I might just go to like some $2 shop and get like a little plastic tank, or I don't know, even a pet shop with a cheapo fish tank would be better than, like, seriously, this 10 by 10 cube made out of plastic cost like $50, and I didn't even check what postage was, and I'm just like, a 10 by 10 cube costs $50. What? I guess it would be interesting to see what the Ants Canada prices are then, because, like, I almost feel like it would be, if they have a reasonable product in Canada, it might actually cost less in postage, like $50 for a cube. That's like, what, that big? Bugger off. Anyway, it's an interesting channel, but yeah, I don't need that. I don't need that subscription. Next, Bearing. I think Bearing is an Aussie, and he does a lot of commentary on, yeah, Bearing's Aussie. He does commentary on social issues with more of a sort of right-leaning. Some of the stuff he said is like, are you serious? I can't remember. Maybe it was the one about gay marriage in Australia. I don't know. But, no, he's got some interesting stuff. But I like, he's kind of rude about it, has this interesting sense of humor. But, yeah, he's one of those ones that has a whole lot of stuff, like a huge amount of videos that I probably would be interested in if I got too bogged down. So yeah, let's unsubscribe so I don't see so much more of him. Interesting, and interesting things need to go because I am getting too into that hole of just watching YouTube. I'll keep Blair White because I actually did go through a lot of her old videos, and so, you know, it's only the new ones that I would watch, I guess. So, and she hasn't been posting that often. So I think I can manage Blair White. Creator Insider, they give you updates on what's going on with YouTube, so I'll keep them. Their recent video is about profanities in your YouTube and how that affects monetization. And I was a little bit skeptical at first, but they explained that with profanities, as long as you don't do it in the beginning of your video, and then don't do it too excessively, it should be fine. So, you know, as an Aussie, and I in these more casual cultures rather than like upper class Aussie, where you're supposed to be more formal, so I am used to dropping swear words casually without even knowing that I've done it. Obviously in some situations I'm more careful about how I speak, but when I'm just talking on camera, I will drop swear words and not know. And I mean, some of the things they consider to be profanities, I'm like, are you serious? So it's good to know that if they ever do remonetize me, they won't just, like, you know, cancel all my videos because I keep saying fuck this, fuck that. You know, so there's a chance that, you know, I don't know, I would need so many more views to get remonetized. It's not going to happen anytime soon. I'm not mainstream enough, but that was good to know. I'm keeping them because they got those useful updates every now and then. Most of them aren't relevant to me, but hey. Mike Naina, do I want to keep him? Mike Naina is the guy who's been doing the documentaries on the Grievance Studies probe. Let's see, they don't post that often, and they don't have that many videos. Actually, maybe I'll keep him. There's Full Frontal with Samantha B. Now, I think she's on holiday. Her Christmas special, I tried to watch it and it was crap, so yeah. But, I think I'll keep it just for the moment because she hasn't been posting anyway, but I might get rid of her later on if I don't succeed at my YouTube detox. And yeah, then there's Kurtz's, I don't know how you pronounce it, In a Nutshell. They don't post that often, so I'll keep them. Oh, my name is Josephine. She hasn't posted in ages. What do I do about you? I think I've actually watched a lot of her stuff, so maybe I'll keep her for the moment. Because, yeah, she hasn't posted in ages. Yeah, I have watched most of her stuff, so that's not going to come up in suggestions and annoy me. What's next? YouTube Creators Creator Academy. Oh my god, they never have anything for me. This is for, like, big channels, you know, trying to make an actual business, and sometimes it's interesting, like their most recent one, Reach More Viewers with Captions, was kind of interesting, because it's, like, about, making things more accessible for deaf people, and, I think that's kind of cool, but, you know, I can't be bothered. There's no point me doing captions because the chances of it increasing my audience are so slim. Oh, and, you know, if you do captions, you can get them translated so that other people in other countries can watch it. But, like, Google's translations are kind of bad. When I went to Japan and, you know, my Japanese wasn't great and my aunt's English wasn't great, so we tried using translation apps, and I was using Google Translate, and sometimes she had no idea what I was talking about, so, you know, good luck to people really understanding your videos anyway. But I don't know, sometimes they come up with stuff that's a little bit interesting, I guess. Maybe I'll keep them. Oh, and I'm still subscribed to Real Time with Bill Maher. Actually, I like Real Time with Bill Maher. I know he's, like, quite left-leaning, and he's obsessed with pot, and he's one of those GMO, panic people. But I like that he gets people on who he disagrees with. I think that's... Yeah, I'll keep him. And he's only on Fridays, I think, anyway. Or, like, Fridays America time, so... After that, all my other subscriptions are friends and stuff who don't post anyway. Okay, so out of the ones that I was concerned, I'm keeping Blair White, Creator Insider, Mike Naina, Sam B for the moment. In a nutshell, my name is Josephine, because I'm kind of curious about why that's not got anything new. Maybe she just doesn't post that often. I only found her, like, a few months ago anyway. YouTube Creators Creator Academy, and Real Time with Bill Maher. Okay, so, and I will not click the YouTube little icon in the top corner because that will take me to other videos, so let's just, like, go back to my studio dashboard. Oh, and now I can see all your comments and stuff. And there's my video manager, and oh, try Studio Beta. Studio Beta is an interesting thing. Anyway, no, let's close that window because I need to go to bed. But what was this video about? It's about me being slow earlier in the day and thinking, well, YouTube may be exacerbating that, but also if I get rid of YouTube, chances are I'll do other things anyway. So I will try not to watch YouTube videos for a week, or let's see, tomorrow is Sunday's cleaning day. Ooh, will I get this video up tonight? I don't know, but okay, tomorrow's Sunday's cleaning day. I'll see if I can make it to the next Sunday's cleaning day without watching YouTube. Whew, that's going to be difficult. And if I can make it for a week, then I can start watching any of the subscriptions that come up in the meantime. And they're all channels that don't post very often, so hopefully there won't be too much to catch up on and break my flow. And then I've got to try and actually do things on my list. And also during this week, there will be some days where I hopefully will be able to film stuff. Yeah, so we'll get back into it. And then, like, there are these things that I need to try and concentrate on during the day. During the day is the best time to try and do stuff. One of the other, one of the other conflicting issues I have during the day is, like, when it's nice and sunny and, you know, I feel a little bit bad about sitting in my room all day. You know, some of this stuff that I want to do requires me to be on the computer, and I'm like, should I be on the computer all day, doing the things that I need to do? But I mean, I think that's me being dumb, because if I'm in my room watching YouTube all day, that's worse, right? Better to be in my room doing stuff on the computer that's productive, right? Right? Come on, brain, stop making excuses. Like, yeah. And then, you know, even stuff like painting. Painting I could do in the other room. I could print off my reference images and do that out in the aircon even. Yeah, I should do that. I mean, what do I do outside? The only thing I really do outside is bonsai. And, you know, if it's too sunny and hot outside, then I don't want to go outside. Like, I make all these dumb excuses for staying in my room and watching YouTube. One thing also I want to try and do is work out how to do the screen capture type things better, because I wanted to play, I've got like some old games that I wanted to play, and I don't know if you guys want to watch that, but I think I've figured out a way that I can record audio on my phone and then sync it up later to the picture. Just because, like, I don't have a microphone that I can plug into my PC, which is what I would play games on. My Mac has all the recording gear, and it's too much of a fuck around to try and unplug my M-Box and get it set up on my PC just to record video stuff. Yeah, I don't know. Do you guys want to watch gaming type stuff? Maybe not, but I don't know, it would make me, give me an excuse to play some older games, I guess. I don't know. I've considered that, but maybe I shouldn't play games. Maybe I shouldn't, because that's not really productive. I want to try and be creative, not sit around playing video games, but I don't know, I've just been thinking about one of these games, like, yeah, I really want to play that again. Yeah, but I don't know. I should not. Okay, this week I'm not going to play video games. There's a problem with having so much time, is like, and with gaming I feel guilty about playing video games, but then I end up watching YouTube anyway, and I'm like, it's the same level of being productive, or unproductive, whatever, I don't know. So let's try and make it a week without watching YouTube, except for like my own YouTube when I'm trying to make sure everything's good before I put it up for you guys. I think that's all I've got for the moment. Good night and stuff, and let's see how this week goes. It seems